And so I wanted to go over the seventh strategy for our mental wellness. It was Mental Illness Awareness Week last week. And I kind of dropped the ball, right? I did six of the strategies. I wanted to do seven, and I was out of town. I had to go visit my aunt who is, not doing well. They have decided to put her in hospice. And so life just got kind of busy. Things just kind of took a different turn. And so I said, well, there's no time like the present. I'll go ahead and share my seventh strategy. So, my seventh strategy for mental wellness, because I went through all six of them and I don't even have them in front of me to do a summary or review with you. But the seventh one is to create an environment that supports your goals. So when we are moving from one level to another or transitioning from something, sometimes we want to take people with us and we want to keep things the same, but then we want the benefits of change, right? And so it's up to us to eliminate the things that no longer serve us. So I have a real story about this. We have a new restaurant that's opening up in the city where I live. And so it's a place that I go to. It's like maybe 45 minutes away from me. They have one in Dallas. It's called First Watch. So I'll give them a shout out. So, anyway, they sent me a special invite as a VIP because they have a new one that's opening probably like 10 minutes away from my house, right? And so I get the invite and it's for this weekend because it has its grand opening on Monday. And here I am looking out for my kids and trying to figure out what their schedule is. So I get the invite and I don't really even go past the RSVP. I just click on RSVP and then they say that they're having a special VIP for friends and family on Saturday and Sunday. And so I'm like asking my kids, what day works for you guys? Who wants to go? All this stuff, right? So I never did finish my RSVP because I'm trying to coordinate who's working and all this stuff, right? So I go on there today after asking everybody um, to find out a time. So every time I'm trying to find out, it's saying, this is not available, you got to call the restaurant. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Right. So I am trying every day, Saturday and Sunday, all the times, because it's from 9 to 2. So I read the thing and it says that they are going to give me and whoever I brought with me, we were gonna get free meals, drinks, and everything. Everything was gonna be free. And, I said, "I cannot believe that I missed this opportunity." So I sent them an email, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love your restaurant. I go to it all the time. I'm local. I wanted to surprise, some of my kids." And they wrote me back. So sorry. We had no idea that this event was going to be sold out. So, one thing we can tell you is that we'll give you some free coffee. We're going to have free coffee for the first week. Now, the lesson that I learned from this is that you can't take everybody with you, right? As we level up, right, we just want to bring everybody with us instead of just receiving the things that are for us and then maybe offering it to them when we get there, right? Uh, could easily just made the reservations for a certain number and then whoever didn't work or whatever. But it's just the principle. Sometimes you can miss a blessing because you're trying to bring other people with you. And it's the same thing when you're thinking about your goals. Sometimes you're going to have to do things differently, right? You can't keep doing what you've always been doing if you want to level up and accomplish something different. So that is my seventh strategy about mental wellness is thinking about the environment that you want to have for your goals. Maybe you need to put books around, your bed instead of a charging station for your phone. Because if you end up charging your phone, you're going to be, and your phone is right next to you, that's the first thing you grab in the morning. So maybe you want to move your phone to a different area and replace it with a book there, right? Because if you already have the habit of turning over and grabbing that as the first thing, maybe you can grab a book instead. Maybe you can put water there, right? If you just always grabbing something first thing in the morning, let it be something that supports you and your goals. So maybe it's water, right? Um, Maybe you want to put your fresh fruit out next to your coffee maker, right? We can have fruit anywhere. Maybe we have it on the table or we put it in the refrigerator. But if you want to encourage eating it, maybe if you see it more and it's next to something that you frequent every day, such as coffee, I'm just using that as an example. It may not be coffee, maybe it's tea or something, but if it's something that you do on a regular basis, consistently, sometimes without thinking about it, then maybe you want to restructure your kitchen and put your fresh fruit right there. So as you are waiting on your coffee to be prepared or you're getting ready to prepare your tea, you have some fruit that you can just grab and you can eat that instead of something else that's less healthy. Um, Maybe you want to get snack bags and fill up some of the snacks that may not be as healthy for you, but you can put them in snack size bags when you first get a bag of chips so that you don't eat the whole bag, right? You just begin to monitor the serving sizes. So, it's a number of things that we can work on when it comes to creating an environment that supports what it is that we want to accomplish. And the key to remember about this is that, whatever strategy you find is for you, right? It's something that really tackles what your habits are, what your goals and aspirations are, and it's something that will support you and it's something that you feel that you can maintain. If we're trying to do what other people are doing and we don't have the same muscle or experience, it's going to be hard for us to keep doing it. So if I don't work out and I have a friend who does, then I'm trying to ask her, well, what is it that you do every day? If I try to do what she's doing every day and she works out, 5 times a week and I don't work out at all, now I'm just setting myself up for failure because I am not going to be able to do what she has grown a muscle for, right? She's grown a muscle to work out 5 times a week. Whereas I'm not working out at all, so why would I even try to do what she's doing, right? You're gonna have to take baby steps, but then being in a space that you can admit to yourself what stage you are in whatever it is that you're doing. So, hey, Summer is saying that you've joined. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am trying out this thing on Substack. I really like it. It's been a minute since I've been on it, but because of traveling and things like that. But I love it because it's just, everything's at your fingertips when it comes to Substack. And I was just going to do like a video and then post it. And I thought, why not just go live? I'm one that, I don't like all those steps. You got to post it, then you got to figure out the title, and all these other little things. What's the commentary going to be on whatever you're posting? It's the whole thing, right? So I said, I'll just go live. Now, so my seventh strategy again was for you to understand that it's up to us to create the environment that we need in order for us to be successful with accomplishing our goals. And if we don't do that, that can impact our mental wellness because at the end of the day, we can't blame anybody else. It's our choice on how we choose to spend our time, our money, resources, and everything else. And so the more proactive and intentional we are with that, the better off it'll be for us accomplishing our goals. So that's the seventh tip. And then another thing I want to highlight is a new book that I received. This is a New York Times bestseller by Emily P. Freeman, and it is How to Walk into a Room: The Art of Knowing When to Stay and When to Walk Away. Look at that, yeah. So when I was traveling this weekend, they had the cutest little bookstore. I think I took a couple pictures of it, because I take all these pictures, y'all, for Google reviews, and then it takes me forever to post the Google reviews. Okay. But it was the cutest little bookstore in the airport. It was kind of like it was in Chicago. It was just like a nice little cozy, it seemed like a real bookstore, right? And it was in the airport. So they really had a neat little theme to it. But that's when I got this, and I got two other books that I don't have with me. But this book is really good because it talks about um, when you know that it's time to walk away from certain things. Sometimes we stay in rooms too long that don't really serve us anymore. And sometimes we need to do the best thing, which is simply walk away or leave the room. And so this book talks about, how we're in certain rooms, maybe because of our family or our neighborhood, maybe the industry we're in, our gender, our age, all these different things. And maybe it could be a role that we're playing as a parent, a grandparent, a sister, all these different things. But really, for us to understand and have a deeper knowledge of when we need to leave a room or, when it's no longer serving us. So, it really is a good book. I'm enjoying reading it. So I thought I'd share that. Um, but that's really all I have, y'all. I just want to wish y'all a very happy weekend and pray for me. I'm really thinking about going over to the restaurant in the morning. Can you believe the thing that gets me is that the meal is free. I mean, everything. You get whatever you want, full meal because they are opening on Monday. So this is just their gift to you for you to try anything, drinks, everything. And I mean, I just cannot believe that. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to take pictures. This is more content for me that I could share with my audience and Google reviews. I'm just thinking this whole thing. So I may just pop in because my daughter, I was telling her, about it. And she was like, "Well, mom, if you go over there, you had to have known about it um if you're VIP because nobody else would have got the email, you know." So, as possible I might just pop over there just to see what happens. You have not because you ask not, right? So it may be a good thing to do that. But tomorrow, we have a room in the Elephant Strategy House at 6 a.m. Right now it's 6 p.m., but 6 a.m. We're doing a journaling room that's led by Summer, and it's an opportunity for you to write for 20 minutes, and then you can share if you'd like. But it's great because this journaling has taught me so much around clarity and intention. A lot of times we say we're going to do things and then we just never do them, right? But if you begin to start writing things down, it's kind of like your own accountability. It's like you see it and you're writing it down. So why are you not taking action on it? Why are you not doing anything about it? And so that's one of the things that I enjoy about it. So we're doing this journaling room, and we are on our fourth cycle of 21 days. Just try it one day, 5 days, whatever works for you, just so you can begin to kind of know what your thoughts are and get to know yourself better. I think this is really what has helped me. I've got to know my own voice because when I was going through depression, I was listening to my mom's voice, my husband's voice, my kid's voice, thinking that it was mine, right? I'm hearing these things as if it's how I was feeling or what I was thinking, but it was somebody else's opinion or idea. And so when you start journaling, you get to know your own thoughts and realizing how you can grow and you can do more things for yourself and try out new things and continue to uh, be a better version of yourself. So we have that room tomorrow at 6 a.m. And then we have a room at 9 a.m. We're finishing up the book Outwitting the Devil. So that is led by Albert Smith. And you don't have to have read the book. You don't have to write, even if you're in the journaling room, right? We're all about just giving an opportunity and space for people to come and share. So, maybe you just want to listen in and you just want to be in the environment, taking the energy, right? But same thing with Outwitting the Devil. You don't have to have read the book because we like to have a dialogue around the talking points. So you're more than welcome to come and join us on stage to share your insights. Um, it's just a great place. So that's what we have coming up for tomorrow. But I do want to thank you guys for watching. Again, the seventh strategy is to create the environment that supports your goals. You can do it, right? You can let go of those things that aren't serving you, right? You can pick up new habits. You can make new friends, right? A lot of us think we can't make new friends after we get a certain age, but sometimes we need to, right? We need to let go of some of those old patterns that aren't serving us. So, want to wish you guys a wonderful Friday. I'm going to get ready to do a little bit more reading before I go in here to this concert. So, have a phenomenal weekend and I'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.